to believe John Gabriel because, first of all, at this time of the year, you're not even thinking about or talking about, however, but during a playoff series, there's always that kind of talk about coaching changes, especially the way this series has gone.
Danny Crawford working with Hugh Hollins and Dick Pavetta. And on the opening tip, the ruling that the ball, apparently someone jumped in too quickly on part of the Chicago Bulls, was Michael Jordan trying to get the edge. So it is Orlando with the first possession as Hardaway works against Pippen. We're just underway in game 4. Hardaway with the lead, and O'Neal is fouled.
Well, Brian Hill and his coaching staff putting in a couple of new wrinkles and a couple of new plays at yesterday's practice, and this is one of them. Getting a pick and roll to the middle of the floor, something that's been very difficult for them to do because the Bulls have been forcing their pick and rolls from that side of the floor down to the baseline. But this one got Penny Hardaway to the middle and a good pass to Shaq.
Foul committed by Longley, and Shaq gets the crowd going, following up on the 1 for 9 on Saturday by hitting his first 2. Light pressure being shown as Dennis Scott hangs back against Scottie Pippen. Jordan is being played here at the start by Bowie. Longley sends the pick. Longley with the shot clock down to 4 is called for traveling.
Well, the Bulls taking a lot of time as the Magic defense pressuring them into not a good look on any kind of offense. The key for Chicago is keeping Luke Longley and Dennis Rodman out of early foul trouble. That's what happened to them in game 2, and that's how Orlando got an 18-point lead.
O'Neal again led by Hardaway. It's a 4-0 Magic lead. Scottie Pippen thought he saw the opening. Dennis Scott able to stay with him. The Orlando Magic try to bounce back from an embarrassing performance here on Saturday. Held to just 67 points, second lowest in NBA playoff history since the advent of the 24-second shot clock. Pippen firing from downtown and kept alive by Rodman.
Well, right away, you can see the fervor and the passion in the Magic's defense to start this ballgame out. Something different.
Michael Jordan putting the Bulls on the scoreboard. Shaquille O'Neal is held by Ron Harper, who would not allow the shot of the crowd. Looking for a flagrant foul call, but it is a personal foul.
Michael Jordan just getting that little handoff from Dennis Rodman, and a good look as Shaquille guarding Rodman, too slow to get out and challenge Jordan's shot.
Yeah, that was called a non-shooting foul. Jordan able to deflect it to the backcourt. Oh, Jordan got picked off by contact. The steal by Scott. Hardaway. Oh, the Magic opening up in very alert fashion. We did not see this at all on Saturday.
And you have to wonder why, Barb. It's just a matter of getting ready and playing at a playoff-type intensity, and that's what we're seeing here at the beginning of this ballgame for Orlando. Chicago looking a lot like the Magic, especially in games 1 and 3.
Foul away from the ball called on contact. Orlando could not get started in game 1, and they were blown out. They could not finish game 2 as the Bulls came back from an 18-point deficit, and they had the horrendous performance in game 3 on Saturday. Off the double team, the foul is called. Orlando attempting to trap Jordan, and Concac picks up a quick 2.
Well, Chicago has had a lot of success getting out and running after turnovers, after steals. And Dennis Rodman, sensing that pass to Scottie Pippen, stepped right in and picked his pocket and finds Hardaway.
Now Pippen one-on-one with Scott. Rebounded by Longley. Longley keeps it alive and then stripped by Scott. Hardaway with Bowie. Hardaway took it all the way. And it's Orlando 8. Chicago 2.
And Phil Jackson stoically sitting on the bench, barely watching the action, a little upset with his team, probably warning them for 2 days that something like this could happen if his ball club wasn't ready.
But Michael Jordan showing that he is ready. Michael hitting on his first 2 field goal attempts. Jordan coming off a very quiet game here on Saturday. Also late in the game, came up with a twisted ankle, but says he's all right and showing no signs of the ankle problem. O'Neal gets inside, and Rodman able to box out for the rebound.
Good defensive job. Oh, Dennis Scott almost with another steal.
Harper changed his mind. Jordan with the show-the-ball move on Hardaway. And the Bulls will maintain possession. In the early going, it is still Chicago in command off the board.
That's been the story of this series as well. And when you have Dennis Rodman on the floor, that's going to be the case most of the time.
Longley goes to the hook shot. And the rebound taken by Hardaway. Scott for three. Dennis Scott, who has been struggling, has not been able to hit not only the downtown shot, but the two-point shot. He was 2 for his previous 13 in this series. Orlando up 11-4. Harper trying to get out of trouble is called for steps.
Well, this is what the Orlando Magic wanted from Dennis Scott from the beginning of the series, and something he's done all season long. Find that three-point line in transition, catch and fire, and that time he had Scottie Pippen all over him, hand in the face, and it didn't matter because right now the Magic are playing with such high emotion.
You'll recall they opened up in strong fashion on Saturday, but were not able to maintain it. Magic leading here 11-4. Here's Scott to the reverse. And it's Orlando up 13-4. And as you say, Phil Jackson just riding it out here in the early moments. Not looking to call for the timeout. Meanwhile, the Bulls continue to have problems. Another turnover as Rodman is called for the traveling violation.
Well, one way to get yourself going is to play tough, aggressive defense, which is what Dennis Scott has been doing, and that's why his body is so alive at the offensive end.
That's the 5th turnover committed by the Bulls, and 3 have been traveling violations. Scott passing on the 3. O'Neal banking his way and hitting. So Shaquille with 6 points here in the early going, and it's the Magic 15, the Bulls 4. 5 minutes gone by.
And Phil Jackson knows there will be a timeout soon as we hit the 6:59 mark and under on that dead ball underneath.
Ron Harper with his first field goal. Orlando Magic hoping to bring this series to a 5th game, which would take place in Chicago on Wednesday night. O'Neal led beautifully by Bowie. Anthony Bowie with the perfect pass for Shaquille O'Neal, who just had some words for Dennis Rodman as they headed up court. They have been sniping at each other right throughout the series. And recall, Shaquille referred to Rodman as a gimmick, and Rodman has been saying, well, Shaquille, oh, the block by O'Neal. Fast break for the Magic. Scott for 3. And Longley gets to it. Rodman has been saying, well, O'Neal will be a great player someday. Nice move by Michael Jordan. He's 3 of 3, has 6 points, and it's the Magic 17, the Bulls 8.
And at the other end, Dennis Rodman barking at the official, Danny Crawford, saying he was thrown to the floor. The Bulls are still getting their running opportunities as the Magic, some of that emotion starting to wear off. A little slow getting back on defense.
O'Neal turns it over. And Pippen fouled in the open floor by Scott. A furious start by the Orlando Magic with 5:49 to go this first quarter. They are up. Be a good sign for the Magic. Dennis Scott hitting on his first attempt from downtown, 2 of 13 from the three-point range. Prior to that, only 1 for 7 from downtown in game number 3. We asked Dennis his thoughts on the shooting problems.
Just one of those things that I guess we as shooters go through when the ball just doesn't want to go in the basket. And then when I finally do get some good looks, which sometimes I guess in this series they've been coming far in between, and I find myself sometimes rushing or getting over anxious that, oh, I finally got a good look, and I'm not shooting my normal shot. And you know, it's something you go through, but only way you get out of it is keep shooting. But I'm trying to guard for myself to not taking, you know, bad shots or start making myself and hurt the team worse. And we're already being down 0-3. I don't want to come out and just start jacking up crazy shots and making everything look worse than what it is.
Well, throughout the course of the season, Dennis Scott benefited by all the double teaming on Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway. He would generally get open for those three-point shots. It has not happened in this series.
Another alert play by the Magic. They've been swarming defensively here at the start. They lead 17-8. Anthony Bowie blocked. Jordan got a piece of it, but contact right there. And it's Orlando 19, Chicago 8.
Even the picks are better for Orlando. Shaquille O'Neal has set a couple of very good ones on pick and rolls. And earlier we saw John Koncak almost level Michael Jordan near midcourt.
Illegal defense called for the first time. Let's check in with Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, Marv, during that last timeout, Phil Jackson very calmly reminding his team that they expected this kind of intensity, the crowd behind them and everything, but said that with their experience, they should be able to weather the storm. A lot of ball game left. They just got to start chipping away at it. Marv?
All right, thank you, Ahmad. Ron Harper helping to chip away at it with a three. Harper with 5 points, and it's the Magic by 8, just under 5 minutes remaining.
Ron Harper's shooting has been very poor in this series, but his defense has been exceptional.
Shaquille trying the spin move and was shoved by Longley. So Luke committing his second.
Well, most of this series, Shaq has stayed going to the middle against Luke Longley and has a lot of success on the spin to the baseline against Wennington. He figured I might as well try it on somebody else. And now Phil Jackson's going to come with Kukoc and go small to try to reverse the momentum of this ball game.
Luke Longley will sit down after collecting his second foul. Substitution for Orlando, Donald Royal checking in. And John Koncak hears it from the crowd. It's been a gallant effort by John Koncak, who was a question mark for both games 3 and today's game 4 because of the knee problem. Kukoc called for the hold, and that is team foul number 4 on the Bulls. Orlando with 3.
Well, Penny Hardaway, who has averaged just 3 assists a game in the 3 games played so far, already has 3 today.
Hopper off the board, has it poked away, but a foul, reach-in call on Royal. Orlando very aggressive defensively, showing the passion and the heart that they seem to lack in game 3.
And when you start a game out, Marv, with that kind of aggression, and if you can keep it up for long periods, you'll get the benefit of most calls from the referees. But if you start out sluggishly, not moving your feet, not getting after people, not bumping, and then try to do it later in the game, you will not get the benefit of the calls.
Chant of defense from the crowd. Jordan working on Bowie. Shot clock at 5. Pippen for 3. Well, Scottie Pippen, who was having his difficulties from three-point range, has certainly been able to find the touch at 3 of 4 from downtown on Saturday. 19-14, Orlando. Hardaway trying to set up O'Neal. Pass, but Shaquille made the recovery. And it's the Magic 21 and the Bulls 14. Shaquille O'Neal with 10 points in this first quarter.
Well, Penny Hardaway felt pressure. They got a pressure release. He just drove through everybody, was going to attack that rim, and finally the dish off to Shaq.
Jordan tried to go glass, and he was hacked by Bowie. So Chicago has been able to cut into that 11-point deficit. It is now a 4-point Orlando lead. Thompson guarded by Kerr, who just came on. Hardaway, very active in this first quarter. Hardaway already with 4 assists. He had just 3 in 46 minutes in game 3.
We have not seen him posting up a lot in this series, something he does a lot against every other team. But Pippen a little taller, he's been a little reluctant to do it.
Now Dennis Scott is guarding Michael Jordan, who shoots over him and hits from downtown. Jordan is 4 for 4. He has 11. It's the Magic 24, the Bulls 11.
Oh, there's no question. Orlando coming out, giving the Bulls their best shot. The thing that has to worry them, the Bulls are taking it and right in this ball game.
Hardaway checking the clock as he backs his way. Crowd looking for a foul. Kerr now on the floor along with Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc, and Bushler. Michael Jordan makes it 5 for 5. He has 13 points, and he's brought the Bulls within one.
Well, very difficult matchup on the floor for Orlando right now. Dennis Scott can run around with Scottie Pippen, pretty much the same height. Michael Jordan just too quick for him.
15-5 run by Chicago. Hardaway with a beautiful move, spinning his way on Pippen.
Well, the Magic and Penny Hardaway in particular know if they can get to the basket, nobody to block a shot.
And Pippen takes it the distance and draws the foul, and he went flying.
Well, Michael Jordan is feeling it, and it looks like he wants the ball in every offensive situation. Isolated against Dennis Scott here, just putting the ball on the floor, a little pump fake, getting him off balance to knock down the shot, and then Penny Hardaway working one-on-one against Scottie Pippen, beats him with the nice spin move, and nobody home underneath the basket, and Pippen wanting to bounce back, just making sure he draws some kind of contact as he gets to the basket, and his free throw shooting woes continue.
Foul called on Royal. And here is Randy Brown providing a respite for Michael Jordan. Randy Brown, the solid defensive player in his 5th season out of New Mexico State. So we were talking at the start that although Michael has not been dominant offensively in this series, the ball will go back to Orlando. You always have the feeling that he is lurking out there, more than lurking in this first quarter. 13 points on 5 of 5 shooting. 3-point Orlando lead. Down to 15 seconds with 8 on the shot clock remaining in the first quarter. Hardaway for 3. Yes! It's the Magic extending to a 6-point lead. There's Kukoc for 3. Oh, and a foul is called with 2 2/10 seconds to go in the first quarter as Hardaway and Pippen got involved in the collision, and it's called on Pippen. For Scottie, his 2nd personal.
And a frustration foul on the part of Pippen here as Kukoc set up by Pippen on that drive and dish out, and Pippen upset that he got beat on that spin move and looked bad defensively on that earlier play by Hardaway. Then he took Hardaway's left-hand move away in the lane, gave him the 3-pointer, which Hardaway nailed, and then Pippen actually wanted to go to the basket himself, felt Kukoc was in his way, and had to chase him out to the left corner.
It's been an outstanding first quarter for Penny Hardaway. He is at 5 of 8 from the field. He has 12 points, along with the 4 assists. Anthony Bowie is back. Michael Jordan has returned for the final 2 seconds of the quarter.
Big scoring outburst for the Magic in 7 of the 12 quarters coming into this game. Orlando held up 20 points and under.
Kukoc pops it down, and Bowie and Thompson able to keep it away from Jordan. 7-0 run by the Magic to end the first, and they're hearing it from this crowd. Hardaway, the key to the success of the Magic in this first quarter. During the regular season, he averaged 7 assists, just under 3 turnovers per game, and you can see in this series over the first 3, it has not been the usual Hardaway output, but today 4 assists in the first quarter has not turned it over. In fact, his numbers deceiving because he had opened up with a 38-point in the blowout, a 38-point game in game number 1 in Chicago. Today, 5 of 8, 13 points, 2 of 2 from the line, In fact, Orlando with 31 points, that's the most they've scored in a quarter this series.
Well, the responsibility of a great player is to make your teammates better. Penny has all of that ability. He can do it himself. He can get others involved. But with the starting lineup of the Magic, the normal one, when Nick Anderson is there, you've got 5 very good players, very talented, who all like to touch and have the basketball and like to get their shots. When you have more of a role player in there in your lineup, now Hardaway can do some different things. He can take more responsibility as far as scoring himself and still get the ball to the key people.
Well, you know, Phil Jackson likes this matchup. He has Tony Kukoc being guarded by Anthony Bowie, and off the head fake, Kukoc drew the foul on Bowie. That's his second. Well, the Magic with only 67 points in game 3. Bushler having trouble. Got it in and nearly stolen by Royal. 31 in the first quarter, following the 67 for the entire game on Saturday.
Chicago not anticipating all this pressure defense from Orlando. They're making some lazy passes.
Shot clock at 5. Jordan posting up Bowie and continues the superb shooting. 6 for 6 from the field. He has 15 points.
Michael saw the double team coming and quickly spun to the baseline for what has now become his patented fadeaway jump shot.
The Magic 31, Bulls 25. Scott was about to load it up, but an illegal defense call on Chicago. That is the first call against the Bulls.
Michael Jordan catching out of the corner of his eyes. The move by Donald Royal to come double. Knew that he could take that quick, hard step and explode into the air and shoot over the smaller Bowie.
Hardaway had scored the last 9 points for the Orlando Magic. Foul is called as Royal took the push.
The foul on number 23, Michael Jordan.
Foul on Jordan. That is his first.
I said the smaller Bowie, actually Anthony Bowie and Michael Jordan about the same height, 6'5" or so. But when Michael gets into the air, he all of a sudden becomes taller, much taller than Anthony Bowie.
Thompson, played by Kerr. Oh, nice fake by O'Neal, and he is fouled. Shaquille has certainly had his way in the first half against Dennis Rodman, who in this series has done a terrific job, not only on the court physically, but you get the idea he has gotten into the head of Shaquille O'Neal. That foul, though, is called on Tony Kukoc.
Well, because there is so little double teaming of Shaq, these defenders have to play him straight up. Normally, you would shade towards the middle because that's where the double team is coming. Shaq now 3 for 3 from the line. And I think that's why Shaquille is getting that little opening on the baseline and really making a good, quick, hard move with terrific footwork to the baseline throughout this series.
Over the first 3 games, Shaq 6 of 24 at the foul line. And he's followed up the 1 for 9 on Saturday with a 4 for 4 thus far. 33-25 Orlando. We are early in the second quarter. Marv Albert with Matt Dukas, Ahmad Rashad, and Jim Gray from the arena. They double up on Jordan. And Michael in a crowd got blocked. It is on O'Neal. That's his first.
Such a smart play by Michael Jordan. You can just tell in his body language he feels the Magic are getting the benefit of a lot of calls. He was just going to drive into a white shirt and see if he couldn't get a call. He didn't like that last call against him. Almost a makeup call. In fact, a makeup call.
Kukoc. Nice touch by Tony Kukoc. That is his first field goal. 33-27 Orlando. Magic have led right throughout. They have done it with pressure defense here in the first half. Scott with the save. And back comes Kukoc. Setting up Bushler for 3. Yes. John Bushler has done a terrific job game in and game out coming off the bench. Does not get many minutes, but he has certainly made the most of it when he's been on the court.
Well, Steve Kerr actually out-battled Shaquille O'Neal and knocked that ball loose. He almost got his body knocked hard to the floor.
3-point Magic lead. Here is Thompson for 3. Brooks Thompson a three-point shooting specialist in a second year out of Oklahoma State, extends to a 6-point Orlando advantage. Kukoc for three, and he continues to struggle.
So far in this series, and an unexpected 12 points a game so far shut out from the field.
Magic 36, and the Bulls 30 with 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Beautiful move by Shaquille O'Neal. He now has 14 points. And it's Orlando by 8. Luke Longley has returned. Longley with Pippen and Rodman up front. Jordan and Kerr in the backcourt. Longley playing with the 2 fouls. Oh, he surprised Rodman. Longley trapped, had nowhere to go, and then looked to give it up.
Shaq has had so much success with the spin to the baseline. Now looks like the defenders are taking that away. Nice little shoulder fake to get Longley to bite on the baseline side. And Shaq, who has really developed that little jump hook into the lane very nicely.
Again, O'Neal going at Longley. Royal kept it alive, but Rodman on the recovery. Again, it's Scott defending on Jordan, who goes around him and then took a hard hit. Shaquille O'Neal got him with the hip.
Foul number 3, Dennis Scott.
Foul, though, called on Scott. Got him first, and that's 3 on Dennis Scott.
Well, this is the mode that Michael gets into when he senses his team is struggling and in trouble. He's not going to just rely on the jump shot all the time. He's just going to put that head down, try to draw some contact, and get to the foul line and get other people in foul trouble.
Now Jordan guarded by Hardaway, looking to shake him off. Pippen for 3. Jordan with the rebound. Michael Jordan, 7 for 7 from the field. He has 17 points. Now, 3 years ago against the New York Knicks on Memorial Day, Michael Jordan with a 54-point performance. He has 17, and we're early. Second quarter. Thompson, Longley with the rebound. Stolen by O'Neal. And Luke Longley having a very difficult time out there. That is his 5th turnover.
Luke was in a hurry to try to outlet, thinking the Bulls had a fast break opportunity and forgot to protect the basketball. Shaq the steal.
Well, Harper did not like the hands of Thompson on him. Harper from downtown. Jordan with the offensive ball. Longley. Luke Longley with the open shot, his first field goal, and it's a 40-34 Orlando lead.
I don't know if you can sense the look or see the look on the face of Michael Jordan as Penny Hardaway is challenging him with his defense. Michael loves that kind of thing, but so far Penny has done a pretty good job on him.
Michael Jordan, who's been perfect. Penny Hardaway holding up his own with 6 of 9, 15 points. And Hugh Hollins with the call away from the ball. Foul on Wolf, who just checked in. That is his first.
Well, there, Michael not needing as much scoring throughout this game. Game 1 was a blowout. He just kind of stood around and occasionally chipped in when he had to. He had to turn it on in that third quarter of game 2.
Here is Jordan. Rodman with the putback. So Michael with his first miss.
A good call coming out of that last timeout. A post up for Penny Hardaway. Sometimes the Magic fall into that trap of thinking they have the mismatch, and they do with Shaquille O'Neal, but that gets other people standing around. A different look to Penny from time to time could get other people involved. Besides, Penny's very effective. Michael, once again, every time he gets the opportunity, wants to drop that head and drive to the basket. This time he avoided the contact, unable to finish that shot, but Dennis Rodman, who's been quiet on the boards, finally got in there.
Illegal defense, second call against the Bulls, and Hardaway not able to hit, and so the technical foul jinx that struck on Saturday continues here this afternoon. Michael Jordan hitting his first 7 shots before that miss. The all-time NBA playoff record, best shooting percentage in a single game. Scott Whitman, 11 for 11 Did it for the Celtics against the Lakers back in May of '85. Also did it on Memorial Day, we're told. And the foul is called. It was on Rodman who applauded the call, but I don't think it was sincere applause.
No, absolutely not. That's the one that can get him into trouble. Foolish foul there, because Dennis is going to be involved a lot down low with Shaq, where he's going to have to take some fouls. Trying to pressure Joe Wolf on the perimeter, unnecessary.
Hardaway for three. O'Neal. Oh, Shaquille. Unstoppable in this first half. 44-36. The Magic by 8. Harper on the penetration. Rodman with the rebound. And a loose ball foul called on the Magic.
Well, this is why you do not have to go into Shaq in the post every time, because he has other ways to score. When he is off the ball, involved in pick and rolls or just on the weak side, just go in there and get some second shot opportunities. And at the other end of the floor, instead of challenging that shot, Shaquille O'Neal got all tangled up with Dennis Rodman and got called for the elbow in the throat.
So Shaquille with 2 fouls. Dennis Rodman during the regular season just a 52% free throw shooter. Harper sitting down. Kerr and Jordan in the backcourt with Longley, Rodman, and Pippen up front. We're coming up on 5 minutes to go in the first half. The Orlando Magic trying to stay alive in this best of 7, leading by 7 points. They have led all the way. They've led by as many as 11. Kerr putting the pressure on Thompson. Kerr with the steal and called for time. And the call, it should be noted, made by Hugh Hollins, who has not been a call that was disputed by Penny Hardaway just a moment ago. Steve Kerr was able to dive and come up with the timeout.
Penny is letting the official know that Steve Kerr should not have been able to call this timeout because both players had possession or tied up and had 4 hands on the basketball. Nevertheless, Kerr got the call. He was shouting it, I think, as he dove to the floor, asking for that timeout.
Kerr being defended tightly by Thompson. Scottie Pippen has been quiet, only 1 of 5 from the field. Jordan with the step. And rebounded by O'Neal. Shaq with 18. Michael Jordan, that's a backcourt violation. Brooks Thompson, who had some shaky moments handling the ball in game 3, turns it over right there.
He was surprised by Penny throwing him the ball in that situation. Penny Hardaway, the primary ball handler right now. Brooks Thompson occasionally plays some point guard, but with Hardaway bringing it out of the backcourt, his responsibility to get it into the front court.
4.5 remaining in the first half. Jordan try to shovel it. Longley blocked by O'Neal.
Luke Longley is really having his problems at both ends of the floor. A little surprised Bill Wennington hasn't gotten the call. Phil Jackson just went down and got him.
Yes, Bill Wennington making his way to the scorer's table. And a push is called. It's on the Bulls. That's 3 on Longley, and he will sit down. Here comes Wennington.
And Bill really struggles with the strength department, trying to keep Shaq from moving either into the middle or the spin baseline. But what Bill can do for the other end is spread the floor a little bit, run some pick and pops, and he's effective with that 16-foot jump shot.
Here's Donald Royal. Has that quick first step. Magic 46. The Bulls 37.
Well, Penny Hardaway forced to the baseline there, but Donald Royal doing the smart thing, not standing around, looking for a lane to cut into, and he was the benefit of an easy 2.
You mentioned the spreading the floor that Bill Wennington provides, but he was not able to hit that open jump shot. Thompson. Yes. That's why Brooks Thompson is on the floor, particularly with the Magic short-handed. In fact, we're told that Brian Shaw, who was supposed to play after sitting out with a neck injury in game 3, will not be able to play. On the bench, but unable to perform, we're told. Rodman with the offensive rebound. Apparently the muscle spasms in the neck got worse. Jordan was fouled. Foul committed by Hardaway, his first.
And a late whistle there as Michael was forced to the baseline side. And the whole Magic crowd reacting, obviously. A little shove there by Penny Hardaway as Jordan fell down, but it was a late whistle, and that's why the crowd is reacting, Shaquille reacting, and then Penny Hardaway, for the most part, has not been griping with the officials as he did in game 2, but he started to right there, and the veteran Anthony Bowie coming over to get into Penny's ear, say, hey, leave the referees alone, just keep playing your game. We need you out here playing, not barking at the referees.
Orlando with that foul going over the limit. Tony Kukoc back on the floor, replacing Steve Kerr, who did not score. O'Neal tried to save it and stepped down. And gets again, a very sincere pat from Dennis Rodman.
Well, Shaq actually took his eye off the ball here and missed it completely, bouncing off his chest and trying to save it and throwing it as hard as he could off Dennis Rodman. I'm sure if he had the opportunity again, he'd throw it even higher if he could.
Orlando by 10. Just under 3 left first half. Pippen got inside. Nice fake by Scottie Pippen. It's only his second field goal. Ryan Hill has O'Neal up front now, along with Wolf and Royal, with Bowie and Hardaway at the guards. Hardaway guarded by Pippen. Hardaway with a change of pace dribble and then forces it up. Kukoc met by Royal. Wennington for Rodman. Now Wennington will shoot it. Air ball handled by Royal. And pass, Bowie able to save it.
Bill Wennington looking very tentative, passing it up an open shot and forcing a bad one air ball.
Whoa! Draws the foul. Donald Royal, who can take it to the basket extremely effectively with that first step. And when he's getting the playing time, spends much time at the foul line. He's a slashing style player. Here's the driving move by Donald Royal in his 7th NBA season out of Notre Dame, originally a 3rd-round draft pick of Cleveland, spent some time in the CBA, played over in Israel, back to the NBA with San Antonio. This is 4th year with the Magic.
Well, last year, Donald had been a starter for much of the year and then injured his ankle late in the playoffs and lost that starting spot to Dennis Scott and kind of lost confidence in himself. Coaching staff losing confidence in him. Brian Shaw not available now. He's saying he is done for the game. But Donald Royal may not be a perimeter threat, but he is certainly a threat to get to the foul line because he can take the ball so hard to the hole.
Magic up 50-40. 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Less than 2 minutes remaining in the half. Less than 2.
And Jordan called for the travel. Tip turnover committed by the Bulls.
Well, no complaint from Michael, just a little smirk, and no complaint from Phil Jackson. They all knew what happened on the play as Jordan trying to escape that double team.
Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Oh, look out. Rodman and O'Neal with a shove on Rodman.
He has been coming off the bench all year long for the Orlando Magic and making a nice contribution.
Matt measuring the quizzical look on the face of Joe Wolf. He looks like that all the time, Matt.
Even more.
Very, very pensive. Shot clock at 5. Bushler for 3. Yes. Bushler 2 of 2 from downtown. And it's the Magic by 8 points with 40 seconds remaining in the half. Hardaway checking the clock as he resets. Shot clock at 7. Wolf. Oh, Joe Wolf got it away with the shot clock rolling down. It's a three-pointer for Wolf. And it's the Magic by 11. Bulls holding for a final shot of the half. Down to 10 seconds. They are on their feet here in Orlando. Down to 5. Jordan facing the double team. Finding Pippen, and Pippen is fouled. Foul committed by Donald Royal with 9/10 of a second remaining in the half.
Joe Wolf has that nice 16 to 18-foot jump shot and has shot it well all year. Not known as a three-point shooter, but he had to rush this one with just 1 second on the shot clock with Scottie Pippen right in his face.
Now Pippen to the line. He is 0 for 2 at the line.
And Pippen and Royal having some words. Scottie felt that Donald Royal put a little extra into that as Donald Royal was actually faked out of his shoes, trying to grab on and make sure Pippen did not lay that ball up. But a good defensive job by Bowie, timing his double team just right, coming out. Turned out to be not right because they got a free throw shooting opportunity, but coming out to double team Jordan, make him give up the ball.
From the field, so 67 points for the Magic on Saturday. Here in the first half, they have already scored 56. It is 56-47. Hardaway, can he get it off? He does. And that is the end of the first half. Shaquille O'Neal with 19. Penny Hardaway with 15. That man, Michael Jordan, with 20 points on 7 of 9 from the field. Hardaway leading the way with 6 assists in that first half. 12 assists for Orlando, and that a positive stat. Brian Hill checks over the first half rundown. Here's Michael Jordan. Rodman able to get it to Jordan. Scottie Pippen only 2 for 7 from the field in the first half, facing a double team. And last touched by Harper.
Well, tentative first possession for the Chicago Bulls, but I think Michael Jordan knows, as well as the rest of the Chicago Bulls, he can't be the only one scoring. He's going to have to get some other players involved. And normally Scottie Pippen is the guy that has to pick it up, first of all, by scoring himself and then making some plays for others.
Anthony Bowie starting for the injured Nick Anderson. Here's Bowie. And Rodman with the rebound. Finding Harper with Koncak back. So John Koncak collecting his 3rd foul.
Terrific outlet pass by Dennis Rodman to send Ron Harper towards the basket, but as he looked up, he saw number 45, John Koncak, standing there. In Saturday afternoon's game, early in the game, Ron Harper had a similar type of play at the other end of the floor, and John Koncak hammered him hard and picked up a flagrant foul.
Harper, 70% free throw shooter during the regular season. That is his 6th point. And it's the Magic 56 and the Bulls 48.
We'll see how hard the Bulls pick up the Magic in the backcourt after this free throw situation. It's tough to do it after a miss one, but it's usually what they like to do in the 3rd quarter. Put that pressure on, create some turnovers, and turn them into easy baskets.
O'Neal with Scott and Koncak on the front line. Bowie and Hardaway in the backcourt. And Bowie lost it to Harper. 2-on-1. Pippen with Jordan. Oh, Michael Jordan from Scottie Pippen.
And Pippen got away with a grab and hold on Anthony Hardaway after he made that pass. He grabbed onto Hardaway so he couldn't attempt to foul or block the shot of Jordan. He got away with it.
The Magic lead is down to 6. A minute and a half gone by in the 3rd. Nice move by O'Neal. The spin leading to the stuff. 21 for Shaq. It's Orlando by 8. The Orlando Magic looking to stay alive, seeking a 5th game back in Chicago on Wednesday night. And we'll be there if there is a game 5 on Wednesday. Illegal defense against Orlando, their 2nd violation.
Oh, good ball pressure on the part of Ron Harper as Anthony Bowie did not protect the ball. And then that little grab with the left hand of Pippen to hold Hardaway. And Right now, Shaquille O'Neal, he has it going to the middle. He has the spin move, and Luke Longley has 3 personal fouls. But the way that he is playing at the offensive end, I don't know how important a player he's going to be for Chicago. Of their 10 turnovers, he's got 5 of them.
Michael Jordan breaks the string of missed technical fouls. The streak ends at 6, combined by both clubs. The Magic 58 and the Bulls 51. Chicago Bulls, on the other hand, looking for a 4-game sweep, and then would like the rest period awaiting the winner between Seattle and Utah. Jordan, Michael getting the roll. 25 for Jordan, and a 5-point Orlando lead.
Well, the Bulls will take the basket, but they cannot be happy with the way that they're executing their offense. Too much standing around. They look a little heavy-legged to start this 3rd quarter.
Here's Scott going glass. Dennis Scott has 7, and it is Orlando by 7. Harper got the step and was hit by Hardaway. The Magic slow in getting back down court.
Well, the ball just being swung around the perimeter. Finally, it goes into the hands of Michael Jordan with the shot clock winding down, having to just take a jump shot over Anthony Bowie, and then Dennis Scott leaning in as he's been taken off that 3-point line time and time again by the Chicago defense, forcing him to put the ball on the floor.
You hear the chant of defense from the crowd as Scottie Pippen teed it up but passed on the 3. Harper for 3. Bowie knocking it out of the hands of Rodman, and the Bulls will get a new 24.
Well, the Bulls say they want to take that shot, and it is an open one from Ron Harper as they swing the ball, as Phil Jackson calling that play. Because when you expect your teammates to take a shot, and that's why Dennis Rodman is such a good offensive rebounder. He times it so well. He knows when the shot's going to get up, and he gets good position.
Jordan for 3. And Pippen able to get to it. Well, Scottie Pippen has been off. He is now 2 of 8. Orlando in possession, up by 7. Rodman had it batted away by Bowie. But Anthony Bowie very active on the boards. He's been contesting for every loose ball, every rebound at both ends, and that's been a factor.
Oh, the Chicago Bulls are having to settle for jump shots out of their offense, and that's what the triangle offense will present to you a lot of times, but they still have to get some slashes and drives to the basket to be effective.
Longley setting the screen. Jordan trying to slice his way and had it knocked aside. It will be Chicago ball with 4 on the shot clock.
It's amazing how the ball winds up in the hands of Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen with that shot clock winding down, but they do have the ability to create, make something happen. No complaint by Michael there. Good block by Shaq.
Pippen can't find anyone. Just did. Avoid the 5-second violation. Now Pippen with the shot clock running down. It's a 24-second violation. 12th turnover for the Bulls.
Well, when you don't set good hard screens on underneath out-of-bounds play and come off hard, you're going to get yourself in that situation, and you have to expect it with just 4 seconds on the shot clock. The Bulls so far kind of sleepwalking into this second half.
Well, we talked about this possibility yesterday with Phil Jackson, asking was there fear of a letdown, and he said yes there was. Bowie on the drive. That's his first field goal, and the Magic has opened up a 9-point lead. Not only a question of a letdown, but Orlando is playing a different brand of basketball here this afternoon. Luke Longley with the short hook to cut it to a 7-point Magic lead.
This is when the Magic try to overload that one side of the floor. Bowie likes to throw the alley-oop lob, doesn't get an opportunity here. And there's the hard spin again.
Yes, and it counts. And Shaquille O'Neal has been unstoppable with that move. The head fake, the spin, and the stuff, drawing the foul on Longley for Longley, his 4th.
Well, Shaq just uses Luke Longley as a post. He just leans into him, and that freezes his body. And then Shaq is really able to go either way. And he's been very effective going to that baseline. And James Edwards will get a look, as Luke Longley did finally get a field goal on the last Bulls possession, but he has had his problems here this afternoon.
Hardaway able to tear it away from Rodman on the offensive board. And a foul is called. Foul committed by Dennis Rodman. That is his third.
Well, you expect a miss from Shaq on free throws no matter how well he's shooting it. Dennis Rodman failed to block out Penny Hardaway.
Hardaway had it poked away by Pippen. Fast break 3-on-1. Led by Pippen. Short foul by O'Neal.
And the Bulls get out and strike so quickly, but a good job of Bowie getting back, trying to hold the fort underneath the basket, and a good job of Shaq getting back in transition. Here's the strip by Pippen to send this fast break going, getting the ball to Pippen in the middle, and Shaq hustling back to stop the lay-in.
6:56 to go in the third. The Magic.
If you get yourself moving around defensively and aggressive, and then do a good job on the boards, although they've given up 11 offensive rebounds to Chicago, but not gotten hurt that much by second chance points. Michael Jordan already with 26 in this game, but still getting very little help offensively from his teammates.
Still no one else in double figures. Jordan with 27 and not getting the help. Pippen is 2 of 8 from the field. He has only 7 points. Harper with 6. Longley with 4. Kukoc with 4. Bushler has 6 on a couple of three-pointers. O'Neal this time doing it against James Edwards. 66-57 Orlando.
Well, James sitting on that bench for a long time now over the last 3 games, saying he's not going to beat me baseline anyway. Gave him the middle.
Jordan hits the 3. That is his second from downtown, and he now has 30. The Magic 66, the Bulls 60.
You see Scottie Pippen that time ushering Penny Hardaway up the right side of the floor, knowing that Shaq loves to set up on the left side, at least trying to make him kill some clock.
And a holding foul. Call made by Hugh Hollins, the outside official, on James Edwards.
James Edwards is not in there for his defense, so he might as well take a hack in there when Shaq is ready to shoot the ball. He's in there to make a couple of turnaround jumpers. Nice little brush screen by Ron Harper as Anthony Bowie tried to go over the top there. Michael Jordan getting a good look at a 3.
Now 3 team fouls apiece. Joe Wolf is back, replacing John Concat. Steve Kerr has checked in. It has been all Michael Jordan for the Bulls. He has accounted for 10 of Chicago's 13 points in the third quarter. Hardaway with the fake, and then picked up on the switch. Scott for 3. And Rodman with his 9th rebound. Firing down, has Pippen. Scottie Pippen going all the way. And the Bulls are within 4.
And Rodman, after that rebound, looked to the crowd, put a fist in the air. He knew he threw a bullet right into the hands of Pippen. An excellent outlet pass by Dennis Rodman.
Scott protecting the dribble on Jordan and through the foul. Jordan looking for the steal is hit with his 3rd foul.
Now, this is the kind of pressure that Chicago will put on you in the third quarter. Just a little bit of a smile there by Michael looking at you, Holland, say, hey, if you're not going to let me do what I normally do, we'll never get any steal.
And again, a foul is called. Bulls have done a good job defensively on Penny Hardaway. Pippen called for that foul, his 3rd.
Well, in the history of some great outlet passers, Wes Unseld comes to mind, who used to be able to make that in the air sometime. Grab that, well, he didn't stay in the air that long, but Wes could take it and rifle that 2-hander the length of the floor. Dennis Rodman right there. Bill Laimbeer very good at that type of outlet pass as well. So Dennis Rodman saw a lot of that from Bill throughout his career in Detroit.
Bulls are now over the foul limit. Hardaway taking advantage. He now has 17 points. And it's the Magic 68, the Bulls 62 as we approach 5 minutes left in the third. Rodman at the high post now. Shot clock at 7. Jordan operating against Bowie. Yes, and it counts. A foul on Bowie, and Jordan heads back to the line. Michael Jordan single-handedly bringing the Bulls back.
With the shot clock winding down, how many times have we said that? Michael in the post has felt very comfortable in his ability to spin away from Anthony Bowie going up for that jump shot. Michael sees that double team coming from the weak side. Joe Wolf.
Three-point play by Jordan. Here's the trap by the Bulls. Jordan has 33 points. The Orlando lead is down to 3. Bowie with the open shot. Yes. Anthony Bowie with his second field goal. 5-point lead for the Magic. Good pressure. Last touch by Chicago. Bowie met by Kerr. And Edwards called for the hand check of O'Neal. I believe he called for the curve.
He did.
Magic 73, the Bulls 67. Michael Jordan with 13 of his game-high 33 here in the third quarter. As Jordan tried to slice his way, he is called for a traveling violation.
A little shuffle of the feet, but I think why Dick Bavetta called it is he felt that Michael Jordan put the ball down with 2 hands. Let's see if he does. As he gets inside. No, he put it down 1 hand, and I don't think he shuffled his feet.
That's the third turnover committed by Jordan, second on a traveling violation. Now Thompson played very tightly by Kerr. O'Neal. Thompson. Shot clock at 7. The pass from Hardaway overthrown. And again a travel on Jordan. Good play by Scott that caused the turnover.
Now this one is a walk as he takes that extra step. Good defensive play by Dennis Rodman to surprise Michael Jordan. A lot of times officials will call the walk because it looks a little bit different. It looks like a walk, and they usually are right in many cases. They were right that time, wrong the play before.
Third travel on Michael Jordan. There's another traveling violation. It's called on Penny Hardaway. 3 travels in a game that's 2 months worth for Michael.
Epidemic, both sides, as the officials very diligently watching the walk. It's funny, they like to call the walk, but yet they're letting players more and more carry the ball, get their hand underneath on their dribble. I don't know which one you gain more of an advantage on.
Just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jordan to the fadeaway. 73-69 Orlando. And Michael has 35. Here's some pressure. Jordan poked it away, but O'Neal able to hold on. Scott, he was looking for the 3, could not get it off. Scott off the dribble. Rebounded by Rodman. Rodman over Pippen. And the Bulls are within 2 points.
Now Shaq did not sprint back on defense. Maybe a little leg weary right now. Dennis Rodman did run hard, and even though it was a slow-looking break, Pippen found Rodman all alone underneath.
6-0 run by the Bulls. Backdoor pass broken up by Kerr. Kerr beating Thompson to the cup. Just under a minute to go in the third. Pippen for 3, way off, and rebounded by Royal. Hardaway hit on a reach-in with 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. Foul on Pippen. That is number 4.
Well, Rodman knew that Shaquille O'Neal was left in his dust all the way into the backcourt. Just ran right down the middle of the floor, right to the front of the rim, and nobody protecting there as Penny Hardaway not able to help out as he was caught on the perimeter from Tony Kukoc. Even though, Shaq is slow getting back on defense, mainly because he does so many things around the basket. He's not going to be as quick as a lot of players in running the floor, so your teammates have to protect you, and that's a big area where the Magic are missing a Horace Grant. He is so good at getting back and protecting the basket in the lane for his center.
One-time Chicago Bull Horace Grant sitting out with a twisted left elbow. He has said that he could make it back if there is a game 5, although team doctors are saying that he's out for the series. 3-point Orlando lead, 35 seconds to go in the third. Jordan getting the pick. Kerr for 3, yes. And he has tied the game at 74. Steve Kerr, the one-time member of the Orlando Magic, who did the job coming off the bench on Saturday, has tied it up. Post-up move by Dennis Scott. And a loose ball foul is called on the Magic. Scott looking for the shot, blocked by Kukoc. And that being applauded by from behind effort. Had a very quiet game here on Saturday. Did not score at all in the third quarter. Orlando held to 18 points, outscored 28-18 in the third, as Chicago was able to reel off a 10-1 spurt in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Pressure by the Bulls, leading to the bucket by Hawker.
Only 6 turnovers for the Magic in the first half. They turn it over 6 times in that third quarter and then start off the fourth with a bad pass from Brooks Thompson.
Brooks Thompson has been vulnerable in handling the ball. He's in there because Brian Shaw still bothered by the muscle spasms in his neck. And Hardaway had it deflected out.
Well, Brian Hill, in effect, has 2 point guards out there with Brooks Thompson, but in trouble. And this is when you like to get the ball into the hands of Penny Hardaway, spread the floor, and let him make decisions.
As he just did. Hardaway, 7 of 14, shooting 20 points. And the Bulls now lead 77-76. Bulls have a 3-guard alignment with Jordan, Hopper, and Kerr on the floor, along with Kukoc and Rodman. Shot clock at 6. Jordan, yes. Michael Jordan with 37 points. And it's the Bulls with a 3-point lead.
And as I said earlier, with the shot clock winding down, the ball always seems to wind up in his hands with his teammates expecting Michael to do something great. He did one right there.
Good fake by Scott. Dennis Scott struggling again after hitting on his first 2 shots. Hopper to Rodman. Oh, and a foul. Dennis Scott 1 for his last 10 after hitting on his first 2. Dennis Rodman headed to the line.
Well, Michael Jordan with the taller Penny Hardaway on really doesn't get up in the air high enough to challenge that shot. Double team coming as Michael just feels so comfortable this afternoon on that little fadeaway jump shot. And Dennis Rodman was furious with himself for missing what he felt was a makeable layup there as he was fouled on that play.
Rodman 2 of 5 at the line. Did not want to hear any advice from Tony Kukoc. Guided him away quickly.
We could probably give some to Tony on his 3-pointer, who's been struggling mightily.
Bulls 80 and the Magic 76. Again, pressure by Chicago.
And what is happening, Penny Hardaway is getting to the middle of the floor against that pressure, hoping to get a pass there so that he can get numbers and attack.
And Hardaway held by Hopper. Well, Jordan with 37 here today. And the Bulls have come from behind and now lead by 4. Orlando at one point led by 11. O'Neal trying to keep it alive, but Pippen able to handle it.
Oh, Penny Hardaway looking confused offensively against the good defender Ron Harper, forced to take a tough shot. It looked like he didn't have any confidence to put the ball on the floor.
Longley back on the floor. Tony Kukoc. And a traveling violation is called. Well, the Magic will get it back.
And the coaching staff of Chicago arguing that call. Dennis Rodman injured that left elbow when he banged into Dennis Rodman a little bit earlier as Bowie has replaced him.
Here is Bowie. Thompson. And the Bulls now lead 80-78. Dennis Scott, who hurt his elbow. Involved in the collision with Dennis Rodman. We'll get a report on Scott in a moment. Here's Kukoc. Tony Kukoc from downtown. He was 2 for 33 from three-point land prior to that basket.
Well, he was the three-point killer in games 3 and 4 of the regular season against the Magic, and mainly responsible for Chicago winning both of those ball games.
Shaquille O'Neal able to beat the double team, and the Bulls now lead 83-80. We're told from the Orlando bench that Dennis Scott is okay, although he is in some degree of pain. Might be able to return. Oh, Pippen rocked by O'Neal, and that may be a flagrant foul.
Number 32, Shaquille O'Neal. His fourth second team foul.
It looked like a little bit of a hyperextension there as he got his arm, the lower part of his arm, caught on Dennis Rodman and bent back a little bit. Tyrus Grant can tell him all about that as he's suffering in street clothes.
No flagrant on that. I thought I saw the indication. It's just a hard foul. Call on Shaquille for his fourth. Longley. And the Bulls now lead 85-80. 7:35 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And the Bulls keep that pressure on in the backcourt, trying to make the Magic use up a lot of time. And now Shaq, for the second straight time, posting on the right side.
Illegal defense. Call for the third time against Chicago. Not handled by Wolf. Hopper. It counts, and the foul. Hardaway called for the personal. Hopper will go to the line, but first, solid performance by Dennis Rodman, who's had a terrific series. He already has 2 championship rings as a member of the Detroit Pistons. We asked Dennis, what is the difference between playing with Detroit and now with Chicago?
In Detroit, you had the mentality to just go out there and kick someone's ass. Seriously, just hit. You know, your butt is ours. Here it's like, we can do it either way. We can do it physically, we can do it mentally. It doesn't matter. We're gonna do it. If we got the right stuff, we're gonna do it.
Well, Dennis has said many times, here's a steal for Chicago.
Brooks Thompson run into by Luke Longley.
Foul number 25, Steve Kerr.
Well, Steve Kerr picks up the foul.
I was about to say about Dennis Rodman, has been asked many times about how great this Chicago team is. Obviously very, very great. But he has also said that he felt his championship teams in Detroit were better because the league was a lot stronger at that particular time.
Chicago with a 23-8 run that goes back to the third quarter. That's over the last 8.5 minutes. The Bulls have hit 9 of their last shots. That also dates back to the third quarter. As Shaquille makes his move, the foul is called. Basket won't count. Longley picks up number 5. We have 6:34 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Bulls lead 88-81. Biggest lead of the game for Chicago. Hardaway fires up a 3. And it's Rodman with rebound number 11.
Well, the Magic are doing a much better job of spacing in the last couple of minutes. Did not do a good job of that in the early minutes of the fourth quarter. If they keep the floor spaced, they'll get some good scoring opportunities.
Just under 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Steve Kerr. Another big bucket by Steve Kerr. It's a 9-point Chicago lead. The Bulls looking to make it a 4-game sweep and head to the NBA Finals. Hardaway is fouled. Penny Hardaway, after the good start, has hit only one of his last 7 shots. Foul committed by Kerr. And Hardaway will shoot a pair.
Well, the double teams are coming fast and furious now on Shaquille O'Neal, when much of the 3 quarters trying to play him with single coverage. And a big reason why the Bulls feel comfortable coming down and double teaming. No real main threats as far as 3-point shooters are concerned out on the floor. However, Brooks Thompson is certainly a competent 3-point shooter. Bowie will make one from time to time, but the best 3-point shooter, Dennis Scott, sitting on the bench right now with a sore left elbow, and yet he has been struggling mightily. 3 for 19 in the series from beyond the arc.
And Scott, after the good start, only 3 of 12 from the field today. Here's pressure by the Magic. Hardaway got a piece of it, but recaptured by Rodman. 8-point Chicago lead after they trail most of the way. Jordan. Michael Jordan with 39. And you know that Michael is enjoying this. He's back at the scene of his biggest playoff miscues here in Orlando a year ago, and you know that he is using it as a positive. We're down to 5 minutes remaining in the 4th.
Penny Hardaway looking around, not comfortable with the spacing of the Magic.
Thompson fired it up, it counts, and the foul.
Well, Penny in the post was looking for Thompson to make a move and take his man out of there. He got his man out of there and wound up getting the ball. And that's what's happened to the Magic throughout this series. So much standing around when the double teams come, because that's the scheme. So you know where your spot-up shooters are. But from time to time, you have to read the situation and make the appropriate cuts.
And Luke Longley fouled out on the play. 22 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Right at the start of that move by Thompson, Steve Kerr took a shot in the chin, although a little overreaction on the part of Steve to try and draw the attention of the official who waved it off. And it was Longley called for the foul. 3-point play by Thompson. 92-85 Chicago. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the 4th. The Magic desperately trying to hang on, looking to force a 5th game Chicago. Jordan for 3. Michael Jordan with 42 points.
And the only hesitation there to make sure both feet behind the line.
Hardaway swept aside by Rodman. And a foul is called on O'Neal. And for Shaquille, that is number 5.
Well, the Bulls able to break down the full court pressure of the Magic, getting the ball to the middle of the floor where Scottie Pippen had a good look at the defense and where his people were. And no doubt he picked out the best person open on that left side.
So the Chicago Bulls, who went 72-10 during the regular season, best record in the history of the league, looking to continue the dominance coming into today. They had won 10 of 11 in the playoffs. Out on Thompson. Both teams are over the limit. And Jordan will go to the line. While the Orlando Magic are now facing the prospect of being swept from the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. And it has to make you wonder, when this team has shown very little in mental toughness or growth. The injuries can be used as a cop-out at this point, and certainly there have been severe injuries, particularly the one suffered by Horace Grant. But I think the main problem is no true leader on this ball club.
Well, you have the 2 young players in Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway, extremely talented, may be, at this stage of their career, a little bit uneasy about stepping on the other's toes. I don't think they can do that. I think Penny Hardaway, being the ball handler and the guy out on the floor and the point guard, he has to become the leader of this team, and he will in time.
Here is Kerr. Steve Kerr with 7 points, and it's the Bulls 98 and the Magic 87 with 3.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And the foul committed by Kerr.
Foul number 25, Steve Kerr. His third penalty situation.
So Curry to the free throw line for the first time.
You know, Marv, I don't think Shaquille O'Neal would be all broken up about the fact that Penny Hardaway would take on that leadership role. Also, when you have a player as experienced as Horace Grant and plays the type of game that he does, he certainly can be a leader on the team. But when the fellows on the team were asked throughout the course of the year, who's the leader, they said, well, we don't worry about that. We just go out and play as a team. And because they've been so successful and winning so many games and winning them rather handily, they haven't had to worry about it. This being the toughest test that they've had to face, and getting blown out in game one really took, I think, the heart out of this team. Not that they necessarily gave up, because they came back strong in that second game, but then losing the 18-point lead further took it out of them.
Hardaway is a terrific all-around player, but does he have the demeanor to be a true leader?
I think he does. I think it's just another year or two. He's only 24 years old.
98-89, Chicago on top as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Pippen's pass broken up. You see Dennis Scott is back on the floor. Last touch by the Bulls, and Scott will throw in.
Well, this is where Penny Hardaway really has to be a leader. He's got to make something happen for himself, or kick out for a three-point shot and let Shaq clean up on the offensive boards if it's a miss. Very tentative here.
Shot clock at 6. Out of 3. And broken up by Jordan. Just an awful sequence by the Magic, leading to this. Rodman not able to hit on a 3-on-1, but rebounds, and Jordan will regroup. And that last possession may be symbolic of the problems that this Orlando club has.
Well, Penny has had his problems in the fourth quarters of this series. Some of it has been due to fatigue. But on that last one, Bobby just looked unsure of what he should do.
Shaquille O'Neal handling and then giving it up to Hardaway. 2 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. And the Bulls lead 98-91. Kukoc, played by Scott. Shot clock at 5. Jordan with the pull-up. Yes. 45 points for Michael Jordan. He is 16 for 22 in what has been another extraordinary performance. Thompson, wild shot, but able to go glass. Thompson has hit 6 of 8, 15 points. And the Bulls now lead 100-93. A minute 20 remaining in the fourth. Jordan firing one up. He thought he was fouled. Rodman got him the ball back, though. But did not hit the rim, so the shot clock is down to 5. Kukoc shot blocked, and now the foul is called. With a minute 5 remaining in this fourth quarter. Foul is called. 5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Scott can bring the Magic within 5. And another example of how off his shooting has been.
And Michael Jordan still smiling. He was unhappy with that call. He felt he was going for a loose ball off that rebound and looking out to the official saying, see, I told you.
So Scott misses on both. For Dennis Scott, going back to the miserable final series he had last year, along with Nick Anderson against the Houston Rockets. another extremely difficult time. And Dennis today 3 of 12 from the field, 0 for 2 at the free throw line.
And it looked like Dennis was going to have a good ball game, coming out and making those first 2 field goals. Was aggressive defensively, primarily on Scottie Pippen. Did a good job early, but then has just been unable to find the range.
Dennis Rodman now 4 of 7 at the line, 8 points along with his 14 rebounds. 8-point Chicago lead. Make it 9 with a minute 2 to go. Thompson handling against Kerr. The Bulls coming from behind. Orlando led by as many as 11. Hardaway rejected by Rodman. Here's Scott. 102-95 with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. And Jordan will handle against Bowie. Now Pippen facing the double team. Foul is called. It's on Scott. Both teams are over the limit.
And the delayed call at that is Kenneth Scott saying, what? I called it 5 seconds after I grabbed the best percentage free throw shooter on the Chicago Bulls. The man to foul was Scottie Pippen, who struggled from the line when they had him double teamed, as the Magic just kind of lost all mental awareness after coming out with a lot of emotion in this ball game, and it just gradually wore down as Michael Jordan held the ship afloat for the Chicago Bulls. And really kind of in the history of Michael Jordan, when he has had to score so many points by himself, which is pretty much the case today, Pippen in double figures, that the Bulls have lost those ball games. But he was able to play such a marvelous game today and carry it home.
16 of 23 from the field, 10 of 12 at the line, along with 5 assists for Jordan. 104-95 Chicago, with 35 seconds remaining in the Orlando Magic season. Hardaway, 7-point Bulls lead. We're down to 25 seconds. And the foul is given by Thompson, so that will put Pippen at the line. Orlando trying to stop the clock. Pippen 2 of 4 at the line and a 67% free throw shooter during the season. Down to 23 and 8/10 seconds to go in this fourth quarter.
Well, it wasn't a typical all-around Scottie Pippen performance. He played so well in Game 3 as he comes up way short there, as he appeared to come out of his perimeter shooting slump. The Bulls seem to feel when he is on with his outside shot that they are unbeatable, because it just opens up so many other things for Scottie Pippen at the offensive end to create. And you know you're always going to get a tremendous defensive effort from him.
Bulls 105 and the Magic 97. Light pressure being shown by Chicago. Thompson. Thompson with 17 points off the bench, down to a 6-point lead. 10 seconds to go, and again a late whistle on the foul.
Almost like you, Holland, saying, guys, you got to foul harder so I can blow the whistle. Magic just tiptoeing up to Ron Harper.
So Ron Harper to the free throw line. He's 2 of 3 at the line. He's a 70% shooter during the regular season.
The Bulls defense has just been absolutely terrific throughout this series. Very intelligent the way they decided to play Shaquille O'Neal, ineffective in so much single coverage. In effect, let him score some points, but keep the other people out of the game. Nick Anderson having trouble getting involved when he was healthy. And the key guy I think they felt was Dennis Scott, with his ability to break games open from beyond the three-point line, and they kept him out of this series offensively.
And a timeout taken by the Magic. 9 seconds to go. Hardaway couldn't find the shot, and now took a shot in the eye with 3 7/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Steve Kerr apparently clipped him.
Well, the Chicago Bulls defense with the Magic down 7, aware that they're going to try to set something up from behind the line, making sure they had a lot of pressure out there to force any Magic player with the ball inside the three-point line. And Penny Hardaway just trying to get any kind of score he could, but paid for it with the poke in the eye.
It appears that Penny is all right. Steve Kerr comes over to
Penny Hardaway,
apologize.
shooting 2.
Hardaway 7 of 10 at the free throw line, but once again the strong start and did not do it down the stretch.
Again, it looks like a good stat line, but the fourth quarter is so important in any basketball game, and in particular these playoff games, and that's when you have to have your take charge guys to make sure he gets your team into what you want to do in your offensive end.
And the foul given on Jordan to stop the clock. Brooks Thompson picks it up. So Michael Jordan back to the line. He's 10 of 12 at the free throw line. We're now down to 2 7/10 seconds remaining. The Chicago Bulls making it to the NBA Finals. In the regular season, able to break the record of the 1972 Los Angeles Lakers, who had won 69 and lost 13. A record-breaking 72 victory season. They've been saying all along that it would not mean anything unless they win another championship. Well, they will have that opportunity as they are headed back to the final round.
And I think they're as surprised even as the Magic are with Orlando's performance. I think they were anticipating a much more difficult series.
Well, Jordan missing on both, but did not matter. The Bulls have swept the Magic. Jordan finishes with 45 points. The Bulls do it 106 to 101 as the Orlando Magic have been swept from the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. Shaquille O'Neal had the good start. However, in the second half, as we have discussed, similar to Penny Hardaway, did not come up big. Shaq finishes with 28, and his offseason has begun, as has Penny Hardaway's. Hardaway finishing with 28 points. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad on the floor. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Marv. Michael, a year ago when you lost this team in the playoffs, it had a lot of motivation for you, and you came down here and said that it wasn't a personal vendetta, but a team vendetta, but you've got to feel awful good about this series.
Well, I felt good that, you know, we really saw a challenge and we were faced with the challenge. I can say in every game, a different guy stepped up and gave us support, and I think that's what this team is all about. It's not a one individual type of team, and, you know, today it was my turn. Some of the guys couldn't get it going offensively, you know, and I stepped it up a little bit, and, you know, everybody rallied around that.
You guys have been so exceptional in the fourth quarter, offensively and defensively. How do you explain that?
Well, I think that's the time in the playoffs, that's the most crucial time. You know, you want to execute, you want to play solid defense, you want to do all the necessary things to win the games. You know, last year, you know, I wasn't in a rhythm to do that for this team, or we really didn't have a good understanding for each other before I could do that. So this year I had a better understanding about the team, and I think they had a better understanding about myself, and, you know, we were able to function down the stretch.
All right, we will see you in the finals. Congratulations.